to another New Life podcast. Man, we got an exciting and special guest for y'all today, man. I've been waiting to get this guy for a long time, man. This is my homeboy, my partner, my player partner, Mr. Slash, aka Sidney Billingsley. Slash, tell him a little bit about yourself, brother.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Started out, I'm from Carrollton, Georgia. I've been living in the West Side area for most of my life, Douglasville, Atlanta, 20 West. And I went to Albany State College. And when I got out of college, I went through some things in life, and God delivered me from there, and I'm here today to be able to tell this part of my journey.
My God. Man, let me give y'all some background on my guy, man. He being modest, man. He's a world-renowned DJ. You know everybody. He had a classic hit on the radio, Vintage Tune. What is Vintage Tune?
Vintage Tunes.
The Drake remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, he do a lot of music. He's a professional barber. You know, he's just a tech guy, a geek guy. Anything you need, man, he'll hook you up, man. But not only that, and yeah, so many accolades and stuff like that. You know, tell my new life is a story about, you know, how it's been experienced, how the cancer experience affects you and is affecting you right now to this day. You can give them a little background on that as well.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you know, with cancer for me, I've learned how to just accept reality because my father died of cancer. He had mesothelioma. He used to work at General Motors, and that lead paint that they used to use with paint gave a lot of guys cancer at General Motors. And my grandmother, she had terminal cancer. She passed away. So now, as I done got older, I have friends that are sick. And one of my friends, she was going through a lot, and she found out that she had cancer and really didn't have nobody to turn to. And by me having pre-experience with someone that has cancer, it was easy for me to transition into helping her out.
Man, not only that, man, I'm familiar with his case, and he's familiar with my situation as well. And the compassion that this guy exhibits, man, for, you know, his cat, you know, the person he's caring for, man, is unmatched. Because she was like me, you know, we used to go to chemo treatment at the same time and stuff like that. So, you know, to still be doing it, and I've been blessed enough to, you know, be healed from my situation. My heart goes out to you, man, because I know what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? I see it firsthand. I know what it goes through. I know what you go through. I know what the chemo, the treatments, and the, you know, not getting a person to eat, and, you know, not have, you know, the mood swings. Because me and Lexi spoke podcast before, and we was talking about, you know, we asked how did it affect her? What did she see different in me? And she said pretty much nothing. But I had my moments after chemo with the mood swings and stuff like that, and just the crankiness and stuff, not being able to eat, not being able to just be comfortable. That was my thing, comfortability. So, you know, I know it's tough on you because I know your schedule is so busy because you're like a damn Jamaican. You got about 900 jobs, so
I still go to work every day.
right. So you know what I'm saying. You work, you DJ, you cut, you know, you move around and stuff like that. So how is it on you? Like, so say for instance, you know my case, you know your case, your people's case. How would you compare the two cases, and what do you see? How do you rate them so far, and how do you, you know, how would you measure them up to compared to one another when you found out? Because I remember we found out around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what's different in a case is how the person themselves takes what's happened. You can either stand up or lay down with this situation, because, you know, if I don't know, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know anything. Everything has always been a learning experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
And people that has education in this stuff knows more than somebody that's shucking and jiving with you, just talking to you because you love them or whatever, because they don't know at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is when someone you see someone going through what they're going through, I can't feel your pain, but I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
with you going through that type of pain, sometimes, you know, and it takes time for you to really see something, because when it first started happening, everything just be all twisted up, and your mind start getting a little bit off track with just daily life.
Right, yeah.
Because you seeing this person, they might have weighed something. They might have weighed something one time, and then they go through chemo, and then they're not looking the same. and that's when the time is for you to start working on you, because the person that's helping you, they're not you. So trying to understand something, and that's when you got to be open-minded and share with each other the truth. Don't try to mask a situation because you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, or you chasing something else. It's all about you at that time.
Absolutely.
And you know, if people care about you enough, because one thing about it, family don't always be there for things like that. And you know, you would look at it, but sometimes those people have their lives be all mixed up, and ask yourself, did you really want them to help you anyway? On how their lives are.
That's facts, big dog. You know what's so funny about that? Me and Lexi, we was talking on the last podcast about speaking about family, and I was telling them when I was assembling my team around me,
Mm-hmm.
and like by me having such a big family, with my situation, you know, it wasn't that, like, God put people in your life for certain reasons,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not always family. Family's assigned to you, but that's not who's always going to be there for you. That's the conversation we had. And with that being said, like, I had support from others, and you know, I didn't incorporate my family. Not too many. Well, you see who used to be there or whatever, but it wasn't fair. It was people that like yourself or your situation. It wasn't you. You're not. That's your friend. That's not your.
My
your
spouse or
none of that. You
my
just
wife
took
or
it,
anything.
but you still holding on and making sure that she's good and she's getting to appointments and she's doing that. God sent you to her in her life at that important time, and people be needing that, and people forget and they get selfish and they get involved in their days, and this person is fighting for their life.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand that, or they don't get the memo or whatever it is. But like I said, family should be in your corner, but don't expect them to always be in your corner.
Right.
So, but because you don't have time to really worry, I didn't have time to worry about that. I had to live. I had to fight to live.
Right. And then even with some of them, they don't know what to do. And they don't know, and some of them don't. It don't mean that they didn't really want to help you.
Just say that.
But they don't. They don't. Yeah.
Just say that.
But some of them is so hard because maybe if you was the person they were looking up to, it'd be hard for them to say that. Then you was looking up for them. Like if you've always been a provider, and a person, and then you need to be provided by someone else. Yes, it should be that. There should be an automatic kick in, but some of the things that you would probably have to do, they don't know how to do them, and they probably wouldn't even be a plus for you at that, and they kind of scared to tell you that because they don't want to disappoint you, and you would rather hear the truth sometime, but some people just don't know how to tell you the truth on something that you're going through and they're not.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying, bro, but like, in my situation, it was just like, being a 1% chance of surviving, and 4 months, giving it 4 months to live, and stuff like that. I had family that used to come from out of town, from New Orleans, to sit with me. I got sisters and brothers. I haven't even seen them yet since my father's funeral in 2021. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen them yet since I've been, recovering and going through it, through chemo or through whatever. Yeah, they'll call, they'll say what's up. They'll be like, hey, what's going on, stuff like that. I love you, stuff like that. But time like that, I just thought that even if it was going to be my last time seeing them, right? Or one of the times that, because it was that, I had to get my feds on and stuff like that. And thank God that He's blessed me. And I'm not holding no animosity, but I just know how it feels.
It hurts. It hurts
Absolutely.
because the expectation.
Absolutely.
Because if it was
Absolutely.
you, I would be there
Absolutely.
for
And
you.
if I know your situation, I didn't know anything. This blitzed me. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? I remember I told you, I went in stage 4 when they told me. I called you and I told you, man. Well, you remember when I told you I had it? What'd you say?
I just told you you got to get yourself right.
I told you what I told you. I said, man, I'm gonna knock this out. I said, this ain't. But they told me, I said, man, when
I
you
saw
told me
the
what it
fight
was.
in you versus the fight in someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you've been always a fighter, just period. So your mentality on trying to get it done,
I'm gonna get it done.
you're gonna get it done.
Yeah, my dad put that in us, man.
But speaking for another person,
Mm-hmm.
when stuff happened to them, they may fold up like a chair and don't know how to break away from that, and their experience is harder to deal with than a person that's up and up about taking care of it. Like when you don't share with see, it would be hard for me to do it, and it probably affect me more if it was my wife or if it was my significant other.
Right.
But as it being a friend, I still feel the same way about it, but it doesn't deter me from doing what I got to do to make sure that I'm okay in a situation. Like,
Right.
I have to make, it's all about making sacrifices. And if you're not a person that's willing to make sacrifices, there you go.
Right.
They're not going to be a part of that. But
Right.
I make sacrifices.
That's something, man. You just said, man, because I was talking about, like my team, like Lacey, Tyra. You know what I'm saying? My sister, my older sister, my other sisters that I talk to, whatever. My sister, her sister Erica, she used to pray for me, and she led me to even get care. She the one who took care of me and got the care for me that I needed or whatnot, and I was blessed with that. But, like you said, with people don't care. They don't. It's not like, I don't know if the sacrifice, like these people shut down for me. They shut down what they were doing, especially Tyra. Tyra shut everything down. She was working with me because she was with me like, I would say 90%, 85%, 90% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And Lexus was with me about the right where Tyra was it. But Lexus was there for me, man, when I, had to go to appointments and stuff and all that stuff. And that was the sacrifice she was making. And Lexus is a nursing student. You know what I'm saying? So she said by me going through the fight and going through with her, seeing me go through that, it inspired her to go to nursing school and pursue her nursing license or whatever. She's in nursing school right now, the second semester of nursing school. She's doing
It'll change a lot about you.
It's a sacrifice. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, people think that it's family that sacrifices for you. Not all. Some of them it's a beat.
Not all. Some of them don't know because their lives are in such a bad shape till what can they really give you? And like I said, they are more ashamed about it than being able to do it. Like,
so, but let me ask you this then. So, what if something? What if the coin flipped? What if the outcome wasn't what it was, or it's not what it is?
And it was me.
It was the other side. No, I'm just saying you're talking about the ones who didn't know or the ones who didn't. Like say for what if I wouldn't have survived? What would have happened then? Like, how would they just say, well, okay, not only was you know what I'm saying? Oh, I should have told him this, or I should have seen him, or what we say. I mean,
yeah, it just depends on what kind of family you, like you said, what kind of family that you have. That goes a long way because, for me, if something was to happen to my mom, she don't have to worry about me or my sister not being there, because we done been there for others and ain't been there for that. We ain't had the opportunity to have to. When my dad passed of cancer, my dad had cancer and then went into remission for 5 years. And then when it came back the second time, it was over with. And I was there till he took his last breath. I know what it feels like when the air gets in your lungs, to know that it's the last minute. And that changed my life. Maybe it grew me up to where I understand that it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can do out here is to do the best that I can while I'm here. Cause I mean, just like you said, it came like the thief in the night to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of situations. You can't prepare for a lot of things,
Man,
even with her.
It cut not to cut you off, man. Getting your organs taken out your body, like, you know what I'm saying. I'm functioning and doing things on the fourth of a liver. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, just being able to, I thank God for that. So, like I said, I can't have any animosity or no feelings towards family and nobody else because I made it and God made it. I don't hold anything, but I want to let you know, hey man, I'm here. You know, people and I was telling you, I get emails all the time about what do you do when you're feeling that way and feeling that way. And it's been pressing and pressing and pressing. I just want to say, check on your family, man. That's all. Even if you know, like some people may say, like, well, you know, I ain't whatever. Bump that, man. Cancer is a serious thing, man, and it's a life or death situation. I looked at my son's face when I had it destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want him to have. I didn't even want him to know. You understand what I'm saying? Because I knew what it was gonna do to him when he found out. Your families go through this, and my kids watch this. They watch me go through this process, and they seen, you know, not only friends and the ones that was around me. They seen what it was that I went through, and even had to go back. And I still, the stuff that I go through now, still, I might look like I'm totally, you know, fine. I had to get everything back together, man. I had to get my cognitive skills, my central nervous system skills back together. Everything was all in a flux, man. And with that, even now, sometimes I get stuck. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the chemo and stuff like that, man. Because, like I said, I took a lot of chemo for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was the only hope. Thank God.
Right, and God. And you know what? When you going through those trials and tribulation about who should be here and who should not, God always send you somebody that was never there to take you away from that.
Right, bro.
And that was your system.
Yeah.
And that for her, that was me.
Right.
And, you know.
Right.
And then some people, like you easy to share love, but everybody ain't easy to share love like that. And you be like, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on?
Man,
do you
keep it a buck, man. Man, my fam ghost. My fam ghost, man. I ain't, man, like all my people used to hang around, like come to my house, you stay for, man, I gotta say, I ain't seen nobody. But that was God's way of shutting everything down for me. You know, and that I had to really deal with the situation. I understand what it was, but you're human, you feel, you know what I'm saying? And all I say, man, it hurts people, especially if they don't know cancer is enough. And like I was about to say too, I still undergo stuff right now. I'm right now, I'm blessed to be here, period. But I have to, I'm a higher probability. I have to go get scans every 3 months. Like Friday on the 30th, June 30th, I have to go and sit in this damn PET scan machine for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? And stuck a needle in a tube, my big butt in the tube, and I'm claustrophobic. So, you know, stuff like that, and just, you know, getting poked on and get prodded on still and get stuck and stuff like that. I mean, people don't understand what you have to go through.
Do you still have a port?
No, it's gone, brother. Yeah, man.
She still has a port.
No, man, I'm good, brother.
So
they went ahead. They said at first, they said, man, I tell you, that's how I'm saying, man. God works, man. God is real, brother. I was supposed to keep this in for 5 years, and once they checked me out and everything like that, and I told her, I said, listen, man, I'm uncomfortable when I sleep at night. She said, let me check you out again. She checked it out. She said, we're gonna go ahead and remove it. So I got my port removed a year.
Earlier than
after I had it.
God is good.
God is the greatest, man. For real, bro. Like, you know, I can't, every day, man, I'm thankful and I'm grateful, man. And it changed my outlook on everything, on life, my perspective on things. I appreciate time. I don't waste people's time.
And one of the biggest things is faith without works is dead. So if you ain't putting no work in and you going through that, you're not gonna get the same results as somebody that's working on themselves.
Right.
And it's a lot of people when things start happening to them, It's the mental part, the breakdown of them mentally. They be destroyed because they don't realize that they are still in control of their life, and they'll give it to someone else.
Absolutely.
When you should be striving for yourself, because like you said, a person can walk out of your life just like that. You still gonna have to deal with the problem. So
right.
It's best that you work on yourself to get yourself right, and because it's a scary thing, like you said, it's a scary thing.
It's frightening every day. You
for somebody that's a real scary person, they're gonna draw up. They're gonna draw up than somebody that can accept life on life terms and deal with what it is.
And that's that's exactly what it is. You accept life on life terms because you're not in control now. All you control what you can do for that day. You know what I'm saying? I just took it for day by day, hour for hour. You know what I'm saying? Minute for minute. That's what it came down to with me because I didn't have that much time. You know what I'm saying? And if it was gonna be my last time, I'm gonna strategize and I'm gonna make and I'm gonna push to maximize what I can get out of it to help me turn this thing around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you done saw results.
Oh man.
Because you're putting in and doing the work.
Tremendous, man. Tremendous, man. It's my doctor told me, she was the one that encouraged me to even do this podcast and do this channel just to get my message out to people because what I've done, she said, in her time, and she's on the podcast, you go back and check it. She said, I'm the reason why she's in the business because in my case, whatever she did to me,
your success story.
I took it. She said, whatever it was, I didn't complain. I just put my head down. I went to work. And she know she was tearing my butt up, man. She know the medicines was tearing me loose, making me. She knew it. She said she was standing. She admired my resolve and my grit and my intestinal fortitude because I told her, I said, we gonna fight. We fighting to the end. I said, whatever you gotta do, do it. I don't give a damn what it is. Do it. If it's to keep me here, do it. You know what I'm saying? And she did it. And we did it. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in how you, like you said, the mindset, man. The mindset, you got to go in thinking. It was not one time that I thought I was going to leave this earth. You know what I'm saying? Except it wasn't just the surgery part that scared me a little bit because I never been in that type of surgery, 8.5 hour surgery.
Right, and it take a lot out of you.
Did it ever, man? I didn't recover from that till it took me a year to recover from my surgery because I was so exhausted from the, you know what I'm saying, from the chemo and the short, because it was a short period of time. Like I said, my doctor said it was one of the cases where she never seen before because the coming stage 4 in critical care, everything was stat moving forward. Everything was stat with me. I had to go. So in 4.5 months, man, not only did God bless me with beating cancer from finding out to the chemo treatment to the surgery, that only took me 4.5 months, man. You know what I'm saying? So from I found out the end of July, started chemo treatment in August, finished chemo treatment December, surgery January. I'm here today. You understand what I'm saying? So don't tell me who God is and who God ain't. You can't tell me. I seen him. I met him. We talked.
Right. And
so I don't even like when people try to get me into places where even get me, the conversation with me is different. Everything's different with me. My mindset, I laugh at stuff. I don't take nothing seriously or for granted anymore. Right. I try not to anyway. But yeah. Anywho, let me go on and let you wrap it up and everything. But what I want to end with is tell the people, and I'm probably sure we're going to do a part 2 to this too, but tell the people how it is being a caregiver and what they should expect and what your experience is, what you experienced, and give them the honest, raw deal because they have to take care of their people. They have people that they have to take care of, and it'll help them with doing so. Your advice because you're an experienced caregiver.
But one thing about being a caregiver with someone, you got to know that you have to be a loving person to deal with what someone else is going through because they just got the bad news. And every situation is different, like even every surgery is different or the condition of the person when they have it. You may have other conditions besides cancer that is causing your walk to be a little harder. like your kidneys might be infected, but you have cancer somewhere else. But you gotta take care of both of those at the same time.
I had that. Yep, renal kidney failure stage 3. Yep.
So it's, and you see that person, you know, they want to be you'll see a different side of a person when they don't get the same results as a person that gets immediate results. Like your turnaround might be fast, but if your turnaround is slow, it kind of weighs on that person's more and more, and they be looking for love from the people that should be showing love, and when they don't have that kind of love, they start kind of fading back a little bit instead of being that one that like I'm gonna beat this.
It is what it is, and
instead of
you gotta attack it. If you see one thing with cancer, and I say this. One thing with cancer is you got to be on the offense. You can't be on the defense because it'll eat you up. You got to be proactive. You can't be reactive. You don't have time to be reactive. I didn't have time to wait for nothing. Well, I need this, I'm gone. I need this, I'm gone. I got to sit here 8 hours, I'm sitting. If I got to come back, I'm doing it. If I got to give blood, get shots, get injections for my T-cell count is all low, blood platelets low, I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my port flushed. I gotta go. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta get blood work done. I gotta get tests ran. I gotta get all this stuff, man. So you gotta be aggressive. I was ultra aggressive. On all my treatments. Even when I was going through chemo treatment, I was ultra aggressive. I'm like, give it to me. Like, what else you got? You know what I'm saying? They used to be knocking me on my butt, man.
Right.
They used to be really putting it on me, man.
And you
know,
know,
the strongest chemo meds that's out, man. You know what I'm saying? I was really like, I had to take myself and put it into somewhere, I don't know.
That's when it becomes spiritual.
Absolutely.
When it becomes spiritual.
That's it.
And as a caretaker, you have to have some spirituality too.
That's right.
To endure, just endure that, because everybody ain't cut out for this. Ain't nobody cut out to take some care of somebody. You know, when I was growing up, I was an orderly for about 6 months earlier in my life, so I already had hands-on with dealing with patients and all of that type of stuff. And, you know, and then like you said, when you're dealing with a friend, it's totally different than dealing with somebody that you love. And you may love them, but it's unconditional love. It's not the in love. But in your family, you in love with those people because that's your closeness. That's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's who you're assigned to from birth.
So, and then another thing, if you want to be with your family, you're gonna do something about it to get there, to be able to be with them, because I've seen it go swiftly, and I've seen it carry on for years, to where they doing so good that you'll start forgetting that they even in that condition. But you can't. You gotta always. One thing about it, if you give your word to something, no matter how good it is or how bad it goes, that's your word.
Yeah, your word is your bond.
So with me,
my dad told me that.
I told my friend, I said, for whatever you're going through, I'll be there for you. So I have been there, and I ain't been nothing but blessed by having the opportunity to show somebody that I care without having to be in a caring situation.
Got you, man. Like I said, man, before we wrap this up, man, I just want, like I said, first, like, give you your flowers, bro, because I see the struggle and I know what you go through. I'm firsthand on with it, and I see what's going on, and you see me through my struggle. You know what I went through. You caught me a couple of times I was down bad. But God, like I say, God is the greatest, bro. You're gonna always be blessed for doing what you do, bro.
Right, because if you took too long, I had to call you, like, let me go check on E. Because he ain't hit me back. Like, I gotta make sure you're okay. Make sure you're okay.
I was tired, man.
But it was for me to do that. Bro. It's for me to call you.
It, bro. Man, that mean the world. And that's all I was trying to say, man, about even family, bro. You could have just dropped the line on me. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, bro? My brother Champ, my oldest brother, man, in New Orleans, man. He would call me. I don't give a dang what it was. He would call me till he get me. He'll call me or call me and call me. And they think, oh, Champ don't got nobody phone up. Man, Champ got everybody phone up. Because Champ do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So Champ would call me. I talk to Champ. Then in the morning I talk to anybody on the phone, like for like out of my people or whatever. And he would be the one you think I would talk to the least. Ain't that something? But yeah, but it's all good, man. It's all love. We here, we striving, we pushing, we promoting, health, wealth. You know what I'm saying? And you too, if you keep it up, you can have a new life too. See you later.
Peace.